What's going on, Morris?
Hey, how's it going, James?
Going
I'm
good,
loving
bro.
that. I'm loving that introduction, man. That's a nice
Yeah,
video.
yeah, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Compliments of Nick. He helped us
Oh
out
yeah,
with
man.
that one.
Nick
So
is great. Nick is great.
yeah,
I actually got the content cards flowing and working, man, and that's been one thing that I can say has been good for us going through being able to put out our information in one place, man. That's a good thing right now.
yeah. I should say Nick and Michael, man. I always just stop with the first ones, the Nick and Michael, man. Both of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out to both of them right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's cool, man. You mentioned like the content cards, basically from our group. And just let everybody know, like, we host a private group, Facebook group called Agent Builders, where, we're dedicated to help real estate agents hit their financial and personal needs. And, Moore is actually within the group, and, he's actually going to be presenting this Monday at
Yeah.
our Monday focus meeting that we have. So the question, man, the question that I was putting out there is like, how important is it to start the week out? Like, if you start Monday out good, how does that really affect the rest of the week? You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
I know you've been in real estate for a while. I guess first, talk about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell
Yeah.
everybody about yourself and what you've been doing.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm Morris Wyatt. I'm one half of Morris and Levi home selling team. Been in real estate, got my license in '08, got my broker's license in 2015. Partnered up with you guys, what we would say, maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's been amazing, man. Just learning, associating myself around these amazing people, not even agents, man, just people.
Yeah.
We getting a little bit of everything from the circle that we have. So that's been a blessing. Have partnered up with Levi McDonald, man. We started our team this year and really merged our teams together, using the brands to build a stronger and more a better brand, I should say, to help build build our company. So I'm loving it, man. I'm excited. The market is on fire like it has never been put out. I'm telling you, man. I'm loving it. But Mondays, man, Mondays are important for me and my team, because on Monday mornings after our Monday focus meeting, which we'll talk about in just a second, uh, my team, we get together, huddle up to figure out the direction for the week, because everybody knows the direction is like a moving target sometimes. So something that we talked about last week, it may not be the primary focus this week. So we make sure on Monday mornings, everybody has that focus. Everybody has the same, the plans that we need to achieve for the week. And that's how we get it started. Going to that Monday focus meeting that we have as a collective group has been great, man. I think the idea is wonderful. It's able to help agents, that may be stuck. It helps agents that, may need that one-on-one kind of attention to come in and ask, more personal questions, besides being in a big group of 100 people. You can kind of ask those questions and not feel ashamed. And just some of the feedback that we get, some of the pro tips that we get. I mean, every week I take something and implement it in my business. So I definitely, I love the Monday focus meetings, and with it being virtual in the world, it's very convenient because, when my girls were in school, it was one of those things where I have to drop them off, hurry up, get to my computer and whatever. So with this, being even on our mobile devices, I'm able to still do things and still make sure I'm making the calls. So I definitely want us to keep that going, and I support it wholeheartedly.
Yeah, and we've been doing this for a while now, and I know been able to present and kind of share some of the stuff that, just working within your business, things that are, making impacts. And then other people have been sharing. So some of like the topics that we've gone over, like, listing presentations, buyer presentations, marketing strategies, how to get people on your team, how to how to be better agents, how to grow a team, things of that nature. Some of the things that we've been kind of going over, like, for the people, and I know you invited some people there. Like, what has been some of the feedback from some of the other folks that you had as a guest? Because I know you experienced good growth in and of yourself, but just from the feedback from the guests that actually been there.
Yeah, the guests, they all appreciate and thank me for inviting them. I always like to kind of like debrief after the call. I'll call them just to see how it's going, see what they were able to take out of it. Because I feel like with something like that, you should at least be able to get one thing to implement in your business, at least one thing. So what is that one thing? And we kind of talk through it and, hold each other accountable. So, hey, next time I speak with them, it'll be, hey, did you do this? Did you implement this in your process? Did you do that? So they all are appreciative of the invite, and with it being again in the world, it's just convenient for them to jump on and listen in and continue with their life.
Yeah, in of itself, I mean, it's kind of like an accountability group that we hosting, because I mean it's once a week, and the people that come and they continue to show up. I mean, they start getting results. I know there have been other little smaller groups that has been developed from that meeting, that they come through, and like door knocker dominators, where they just committed, like, hey, we're going to knock on X amount of doors, and they've been getting listings doing that way. And then like being committed to making the phone calls, just things just kind of branching out, because folks, they start to see the value, and then from that value they're starting to have action steps behind it.
Right. And say, for example, I think Ephraim was doing real well with the door knocking. So he and I would have conversations often every time we kind of saw each other, like, okay, what are you doing? What are you saying to the people when you knock on the door? What materials are you bringing? You know what I mean? And that's something that that we can have in this small group that we can share with each other, so that when I go out, I don't have to learn from a bad experience or something like that. I'm pretty much going in the door with the material that I need, that we've seen shown success. So it's small things like that that makes this group and this Monday focus meeting beneficial.
Yeah. Like once again, like, if anybody wants to check out our Agent Builder private group, on Facebook, I mean, just send me a message and I'll go ahead and get you in. But like you were saying, just the sharing aspect of it. I always like to say, man, success leaves clues, right? So if you're doing something that you're getting success with, then most likely, if I do the same thing, I'm going to get that same type of success. So I can go and bang my head on the wall for the next year, 2 years, 3 years, or I can just go ahead and just go directly to you and say, hey, Morris, what are you doing in this area that you're being able to get success from? And then you give me that blueprint, I copy that blueprint, and then I'm off and running.
Yep. And you bring up a good point, because I had to learn that later in my career. It was, when I first started, it was kind of like, man, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And you're not doing the right things in the right order.
That's it.
And so when I got around you all, my phone was ringing, but when I got around you all, and we start collectively sharing ideas and like you just said, processes and steps to take, it drastically improved the business, man. So I definitely agree with you on that. And doing these things, you can do them without having to make the same mistakes that the other person has already been through. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I've already tried this. It didn't really work. But when I did it this way, I got better results. So try it this way. So that's just one less mistake that I have to make in that process.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, I know we talked before, and you were kind of telling me about how, with, when you have your team, things that you kind of go over in the
Hmm.
beginning of the week. And one of those things
Hmm.
was like objection handling. Like,
Hmm.
can you share, like, maybe like one of the objections that, you kind of experienced and be able to help your team through?
Yeah, well, so one thing that I've found is when you come prepared, you don't really have a lot of objections. I mean,
Hmm.
you're gonna have some of the basic, hey, I already have an agent,
Hmm.
or I'm just looking. But those are more of, you caught me off guard, like this is the only way I can get out of it. But
Yeah.
for the most part, the way that we initiate the call, handle the caller, and pretty much uh, position ourselves as the expert. A lot of times we don't have a lot of objections we hadn't heard before. But that's important, because one of the things that we do, during our team meetings, are objection handling, and we kind of figure out, like, where are you all now? Like, what's going on now? What kind of objections have you had that you stuck with, or that you're stuck with? And then let's go figure it out, because I haven't really had one that we haven't been able to quickly just come up with an answer for.
Yeah.
But being some agents haven't experienced the same thing. Like I said, I've been in it for a while now, so I've kind of heard a lot. But some agents who have just started, it's not the same for them. And so it could be something like, I have an agent, so how do I handle that when I have an agent,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they just need a little coaching, a little guidance, and mainly sticking to the script that we already have in place, and you'll be able to overcome that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, just, we've been in a lot of situations where somebody's a real estate agent, and for whatever reason that agent's not doing what they're supposed to do, and
hmm
you like to think that every agent is created
hmm
equal, but the
hmm
reality of it is that we're not. you
we're
know
not,
it's just like
one.
or it's not equal. you
Yep,
know
yep, yep. And one of the things I was going to talk about on Monday, as a matter of fact, is that same point. So um, it just so happened recently, I spoke with like two lead clients, I should say. And they came to me and they basically said, well, Morris, we were working with the agent, but they pretty much, just started sending us houses and we hadn't heard from them again.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that I brought back to the team, that said, we have to learn from this and make sure we're not doing that same thing. Because like
Yeah.
you just said, all agents are not created equally. So my thing that I push and we have in our system is a customer relationship manager, because I know some people get bogged down. I know for myself, I'm going through the day. I got a call with James at 12. As soon as I get off the call, I got a call with another lady that's interested in getting into real estate. So I'm doing these things, and I can't forget about my clients that I have, the clients that I'm trying to get, and how do I continue to generate clients.
Yeah.
So because I need to be over here doing this, I need to make sure I have somebody in place. If it's not myself, have somebody in place to continue to make those connection calls, because that makes a big difference. So I want to stress to agents out there, like, don't get their criteria, give them a wow presentation,
Mm.
get their criteria, set them up on autopilot, and then move on to the next person. I'm telling you, they're going to be pressing buttons on Zillow and Realtor, like, call me, and you're going to end up, losing them, because they're going to feel like you're not really paying or showing them any attention.
Yeah.
So Monday we can talk about that. Monday I can share some of the things that I'm doing to help with that, and listen in on some of the things some of the other people are doing, and take that to help better your business.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yep.
So I mean, I'm excited to, hear what you got to say regarding that customer
Yep.
service manager.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, you know how it is, with agents, we get busy, we get to
Yep.
go and do things, and then we want the computer just to kind of, take care of that
Right.
part. Right?
Yeah, yeah,
We just go, hey,
yeah.
call me when you see something you like, right? So
Right, right.
you have those situations.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's like that because the computer can't filter through things that we can filter through. So when somebody says, I want a 2-car garage, and you put in the system 2-car garage, but an agent puts the wrong thing on the listing, so it pulls up a 1-car garage when it really needs to be 2, and you're sending it to the person. Now they're looking like, well, why are they sending me 1 car? And I told them I at least need minimum 2-car.
Yeah.
And that's a simple fix if you had your eyes out there to be able to correct it, and then you're putting the homes that match their criteria versus just sending them hundreds of homes.
Yeah.
And so those small things, it sounds small, in a sense, but that's something big that will help you retain a client, especially in a market where they can just pretty much go on Zillow and request to go see any home they want to see right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So requesting to see a home and having somebody represent you to make sure you find the right home, those are two separate things, man.
Two separate things. Yeah.
I mean, I always tell somebody, like, either you want to have a real estate business or you want to be in real estate. So I mean, it's a separate thing. And for the clients that they want that service, they want to make sure that they're finding, they're getting all their I's dotted and their T's crossed. Having a real estate business allows you to do that. Like you said, having a customer service manager allows you to stay on top of it the same way, and provide the customer service that the client deserve. Because they deserve a good experience when purchasing the house. And a lot of times if you're working with just one person or a person that doesn't have those systems in place, when you get busy, things get dropped. They forget this or they forget that, or I've had a situation where a client was telling me how they had requested a termination because of the inspection report, and their agent didn't send it in soon enough. And it was an issue with their money, being able to get their money back. So just little stuff like that, and I feel bad, for the client. And also kind of feel bad for the agent itself, because I know what happened. They just got real busy and they didn't have systems in place in order to have stop gaps. And now they just lost that person's money, so
money, the referral, repeat business. There's a lot of things you miss from one area of your business that could easily have been, resolved or implemented a little differently. You've lost probably 2 or 3, streams of income from that.
Yep.
So that's important. Customer service for sure.
You got to get it on, man. So, I mean, I'm like I said, I'm excited for Monday. Once again, Agent Builders Facebook group. I mean, if you message me, I'll be able to send you information so you can kind of jump in. Basically, it's a free pass to jump into the world. To be able, basically it's a virtual world where we have our meetings at, and then you can actually, hear Morris deliver a dynamic presentation like he always does. Basically just sharing and, taking nuggets to be able to run the business. Like the people that show up on a consistent basis, those are the ones that get results. It's like with anything, if you hire a trainer and you don't show up to the trainer, but every now and then, like, you're just not going to get results. But
that's right.
The folks that show up every time, we're hearing testimony after testimony. I got this under contract. This is closing. That's closing. Everything is moving, but it's not a coincidence. You're setting it up on Monday, and we're talking about topics that's going to take you through the rest of the week.
And one other point that I want to make about it, man, I love the camaraderie that we have. I love that we all share to help each other, because you don't get that everywhere. Some of the past brokerages, nothing against them, they're just structured differently, to where it's not beneficial for me to tell you how my customer service manager handles business for me, because I'm trying to be first on the sales chart or on the TV screen that's coming by in the office. Mars is this, and it's not like that here, in our group. And that's the part that I like about it. you know, when somebody says, hey, this is working for me and this is how I'm doing it, it's genuine. And we're really trying to help that person to grow and to be better. And we're not holding back on things like even some coaching programs do. Like they'll throw that teaser out there just so you can pay the next month for them to tell you a little bit more, you know, and you have to pay them a year just to get one process, you know. So with us, it's kind of like, hey, this is what we're doing. This is how we're doing it. You can call us offline for more details. You know, I like that camaraderie we have and that team building that we have.
Yeah, awesome, man. Well, like I said, I'm looking forward to it, man. I appreciate you kind of, you know, sharing a little bit, you know, for everybody. And, you know, like I said, you know, Monday, I'm gonna be ready. All ears.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you for inviting me, and I look forward to seeing you all on Monday.
All right, man. Over
All
now.
right.